Hi, and welcome to day 12. This is our asynchronous Wednesday. It is also our day that we talk about bookmarks. So let us look at a few things before we start our lesson. So remember, when we look at this week, it is the week 3 calendar. So we're in our week 3 calendar. So when we look at the agenda, we are pulling up the week 3 agenda in the classroom tab. When I open up this agenda, what am I going to see for the week? Well, today we have nothing due except attendance. So today, the only thing that is required to be submitted is the attendance item. We are working on the Jamboard activity that we started yesterday. Remember, those Jamboards that we started yesterday together are due on Friday. If you need a review of any of the Jamboard topics or what to do for that lesson, refer to the Day 11 video in the Day 11 folder in Schoology. Also due this week is your Avatar extra credit. So if you're planning on turning in that first extra credit assignment that was issued, it is due by Friday as well. And then today, in addition to doing the attendance, you are being assigned a new activity called Bookmarks that will be posted to a discussion board. And that will be due tomorrow on Thursday, day 13. Okay. So going to my Schoology account, remember we're going to access Schoology always from either the district site or from the gray page, or if you've bookmarked it. Opening up my account. I am doing today's lesson from a student account so you can see exactly what you're going to be doing. So I'm going to go into my tile in Schoology. I can see my calendar has updated with due dates on the side. I should be able to see that the topic of day 12 is bookmarks in the folder. I am going to see the day 12 folder appear for myself in the week 3 folder. I can see that today's asynchronous lesson focus is creating and editing Chrome bookmarks in my bookmarks bar. I'll be making folders, I'll be bookmarking items, I'll be deleting, and I'll be editing that bar. So if I go ahead and click on the folder, you'll see that the layout of the folder today is identical to previous days. I'm going to have the lesson and video in the instructions tab for day 12. I'm going to have the bookmarks partial screenshot discussion board where I'm going to post my final product. And I'm going to have the attendance check for day 12 in that folder. Okay. So I'm going to first access the first item, which is the instructions and the video for the lesson. I'm going to see what Miss Watts laid out for me today since we're not together live in Zoom. So to start my day today, I'm going to go to my grades tab and check in that everything is current for me in Schoology. I'm going to look for any missing work. Remember, we look for that red missing symbol when we look for missing work in our grade book. I'm going to email Miss Watts if there's anything I question or need chat or to help me with anything. And I can look for that little chat box icon on my screen if Miss Watts is in GoGuardian, and I could message her directly there instead of emailing if I have a question. Remember, though, I need to watch the lesson video in full before I have any kind of question about something today, because most of your questions may be handled through the video recording. The ultimate assignment for today is to work on the bookmarks lesson, which will be due Thursday, and to remember that that Jamboard that was assigned yesterday is due Friday. In red here are the extra credit assignments that are issued at the current time. You have the Avatar extra credit, which we said is due Friday, and then the new extra credit, which is the Schoology profile that is the second piece of extra credit if you've already done the Avatar. Scrolling down in my screen, I will also see the rubric for the day 12 bookmark assignment. So laid out for me is where I'm going to be earning my 20 points for the project. The first thing that I will do is create 9 bookmarks as talked about in this lesson. I must name the bookmarks correctly. The names for them are the bold-faced blue words in the rubric. So that's what the bookmarks must be called. And then I will submit a partial screenshot to the discussion board. Remember to submit a partial screenshot. I'm hitting Control, Shift, and the key above my 6 in order to create that partial screenshot. And then I'm going to upload that to the discussion board that is in the Day 12 folder. Okay, so moving out of the instructions back to the folder, I can see via the icon that this is the discussion board that is the product for today. So I'm going to click on that. Again, I can see another copy of the rubric just reminding me of what I'm doing today to earn the points. And some reminders again about how to create a partial screenshot. And again, an example, like I've said, I will always give you an example to refer to. So if words do not create the picture of what you need to turn in today, then there is an actual picture for you. Your screenshot by the end of this class will look like the one that is posted here for you. And that your bookmarks bar will have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 correctly titled bookmarks going across it. And your screenshot, as we've always talked about, will include your icon so that I know it is an original screenshot. Okay. So let's proceed with exactly how we create our bookmarks. So if you already have items bookmarked across your bookmark bar, we're going to get rid of them for the purpose of this assignment. So you can do one of two things. If you're like, I don't want to get rid of them, you can keep them in a separate folder. But if you're like, they're not important to me, then we can get rid of them. So the first thing in order to delete bookmarks or change how they're laid out is to go to the Bookmarks Manager. So I'm going to go to my little snowman icon menu, click on it, and go down to the word bookmarks, and then scroll across to the Bookmarks Manager. Okay, I can see what I already have bookmarked, and I can use the little menu beside each bookmark to either delete it, to edit it, and any of those things. So what I'm going to do is I don't really care about mine, so I'm going to delete them. Oop. If you're like, I don't want to delete them, I could also drag them into this other bookmarks bar folder. So if I'm like, I still want to keep them and have access to them, I can just simply move them to this folder. Okay. Or I can delete. Okay. So once I've cleared out my bookmarks bar, I can go ahead and start, and I can see here's where other bookmarks were, so I can just have them right there. If I don't have an other bookmarks folder, I can create a folder for myself to store all my other bookmarks in by accessing this snowman, again, the 3-dot icon, and clicking add a new folder. And I can say, you might call it saved bookmarks, things you want to save. And that way you just create another folder like that so that you have it and it'll appear here. So you could drag them into that. So that's another option too. Okay. But once you've basically cleared off your bookmarks bar of all the little bookmarks, we're going to go back to the rubric in Schoology. We're going to scroll up. Okay. We're creating 9 bookmarks. So the first thing I need to do is bookmark the Schoology site. So what I'm going to do to navigate to Schoology, I'm going to go ahead to the gray page where I see that link. And remember, I can get to the gray page through the district site. I can also use the district site to get this link. I'm going to right click on that link to where the Schoology link is. Okay, it comes up in my address bar. I'm going to go ahead and hit the star beside the address. It's going to prompt me to add that bookmark. According to the rubric, I need to call this one and change the name to just Schoology. So notice that in the prompt, it had something else as the title, and my rubric told me that I must just call it Schoology. So I'm going to go ahead and edit that. If you accidentally click like I did and it comes up Home Schoology, very simple. You can go back to your Bookmarks Manager in order to edit that name. I can hit the three dots, go to edit, and there it will let me edit the name. So if I accidentally call it something different than the rubric requirement, I can go into my Bookmarks Manager and edit the name. So now you see that change has been made up on my bookmarks bar. Okay, so I go back to my rubric to see what's required of me. I need to bookmark Google Classroom as another site that I use. So I'm going to navigate to Google Classroom. Again, I can get there straight from the gray page. So this is an awesome resource for you to use for these links. I can go ahead at the top of my screen, again, now that I'm here, and click the star. I need to call this one according to the rubric C, capital R for classroom, and I'm going to click done. The shorter that I make the name for my bookmark, the more bookmarks I can fit across my bar. So that's kind of the reason behind changing the names, because if you have really long names for them, you can only fit a few across the top of your screen. And ideally, you want to be able to fit as many as possible so that you have easy access to a lot of the sites that you go to daily. Okay, going back to my rubric. The next one I want to bookmark is my Gmail account. So I'm going to go to the gray page again because Gmail is right there for me. It's going to open my Gmail account. I'm going to click the star again. It's going to prompt this really long name, so I'm simply calling it according to the rubric, email. And I'm going to click done. And there it is. Back to my rubric. The next thing is Skyward, and I'm going to call it grades. So from the gray page, there is a link to Skyward. Click on it. It will bring up the Skyward menu. I'm going to hit the bookmark. It names it sign in. That's not what I want it. I want to call it grades. And click done. Back to my rubric. The next thing I want is Miss Watts' YouTube channel. Yet another time for you to subscribe because we're going to bookmark it. So what I'm going to do is I can access the YouTube channel by actually going into Schoology, and I can navigate to, if I scroll up, my courses, into the folder. And if I remember correctly, Miss Watts has put all the recorded lessons in a table. And I can simply click on any of the recorded lessons because they all go to her YouTube channel. I double click to get to the link. I'm going to hit pause on the video so that you don't have to listen to all of that.
Okay, here I am on Schoology. I logged in from...
Okay. I can navigate to the home page of the channel. Okay, videos. And you can simply go from there. And if you just want to bookmark one of the videos to get to the channel, you can. Or you can use the entire channel link. That's up to you. But you hit the bookmark bar. And according to Schoology, you're going to name that STEAM YouTube. And hit done. Okay. Going back now to the main page and navigating back to my day 11 folder, or day 12, I'm sorry. Day 12 folder. To get that rubric, to see what my next bookmark. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now of the 9 that I need to make. The next thing it tells me is I need to create a folder called junk bookmarks. Okay. So you could have done that when you moved all your bookmarks into a folder that you were saving, and instead of calling them saved bookmarks, you could double dip and call them junk bookmarks. And then you've tackled that folder already. But if you didn't do that, you can simply go back up to your dots, go to Bookmarks, Bookmark Manager, and I'm going to create a folder, add a new folder. I'm going to call it Junk Bookmarks and save. And now it's there. Okay. Back to my rubric. I need to bookmark my Google Drive because that's something we use daily as well. So I'm going to navigate to my Google Drive. And hit the bookmark. Also, remember from our shortcuts, Control D is to bookmark. We're going to call this Drive, like the rubric says. And there it goes. Back to my rubric. The next one is Google Docs that I'm going to bookmark. I don't think you can access that from the gray page of links. You might be able to from the middle school. Students. Nope. Oh yeah, down at the bottom under Google Tools. Classroom, Gmail. Nope, you don't have that. So you're going to have to go there yourself. So just type in docs.google. And I need to navigate. I accidentally navigated to a real file. So I just have to delete that. I don't want an actual Google Doc that I have. I just want regular Google Docs. There we go. So I want to be on this screen so that if I click this bookmark, it loads the create a new doc section. Okay. So I'm going to hit either Control D, shortcut, and call this docs. And navigating back to the rubric, the last bookmark I need to create is one called Slides for Google Slides. So go back to my tab. Instead of saying docs.google, I'm now going to go to slides.google and navigate to the homepage of Google Slides. Okay. And here we are at Slides. Okay, go to Google Slides. Okay, so right there. And Control D for hitting the star. And we're going to call this one according to the rubric Slides. Done. So now if I count them out, other than this extra one, and you can have one extra folder if you had one for other stuff. But in addition to that, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 actual websites that I've bookmarked. And I have one bookmark folder called Junk Bookmarks. So going back to the rubric, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 items. I've created those 9. I looked and double checked that I named them correctly. Schoology, CR, email, grades, Steam YouTube, junk bookmarks, Drive, docs, slides. All of them are named according to the bold-faced words on the rubric. And now the last step is my submission. It claims that I need to submit via partial screenshot. So remember, our tools for partial screenshotting are Control Shift and the key above my 6. It brings up like a little bullseye where I can draw the section of my screen that I want. I'm going to draw out the part of my screen that includes my bookmark bar. But again, I have a problem because my little icon that Ms. Watts says needs to be in my screenshot is not there. So I'm going to navigate to a page where I can see my icon. So the best bet for you is to go most likely to your Google Drive because your icon is always there on your Google Drive. So there's my little guy. So now I'm going to do the screenshot from here. Okay. And remember, if you need to zoom out, you can always zoom out to get what you need. But I'm going to screenshot this section of mine. So I'm going to hit Control Shift and the key above my 6. I'm going to again draw on my screen my bookmarks bar, including my icon, only that part of my screen. It saved my screenshot. Okay. I'm going to click on the Show in Folder because I want to rename this so I can find it easily. So I clicked on Show in Folder. It shows me the screenshot. I'm going to rename it by doing that little 2-finger click on my Chromebook keypad. I'm going to rename it Bookmarks Screenshot. This way I can easily find it when I want to go upload it. I can see the file type is a PNG file, which is a photo. There it is saved for me. Okay, I can X out, go back to Schoology, scroll down in the discussion board to the post that I'm going to make. Click on File. I'm going to navigate to that screenshot. So bookmark screenshot, that's the one I want. I'm going to click Open. It's going to post it. Remember, I won't see the photo until I click Post. I'm going to be, here is my screenshot because I need words in the box. I'm going to click Post. And then I will see that my screenshot posted. I can click on it to double check my work. I can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 required items. I have my icon in the photo, so my photo matches the rubric requirements. Okay, that completes that section of day 12. So that is the bookmarks assignment, and that's the product that you will create for that assignment and how you will submit it. The last thing you need today is the Where is Miss Watts for your attendance quiz. And as you can see, she is at Cabin on King. 3 blanks, Cabin on King. It's a little chilly today, but my Bitmoji loves her ice cream and her milkshake, so she is at Cabin on King today. So that completes the day 12 work. Remember, the only thing actually due today by 11:59 is this attendance item. Remember, you have till Friday on your Jamboard, but I would be working on that, and you can submit that early. And your bookmarks assignment that we just completed in this lesson is due by Thursday at 11:59. And again, if you're going to do extra credit, make sure you're up to date and current with all your class materials. And the way you can check that, remember, in Schoology is by going to your Grades tab and examining what work you have missing. So remember, you will see those red icons next to anything that you've not submitted, and that would be considered late work. So anytime you see one of those red circles or octagons, not sure, I think maybe an octagon, that says missing, you can redo those assignments for late points. Remember, when you do one of those assignments late, you must go into Google Classroom, go to your Classworks tab, and access the late work form. So anytime you're going to submit something late, remember to access the late work form once you complete the late work and submit a late work form for every item you are submitting late. That way I will be able to go in and award you points. If you don't submit the late work form, I won't know you turned something in, and therefore you won't be awarded any points for that assignment. So double check your grades today. Make sure everything is turned in. Work on your Jamboard. Work on your bookmarks assignment. And finally, make sure you do the attendance check so you don't get marked absent. Okay. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and I shall see you tomorrow live in our Zoom meeting.